Okay, in section 8.2, we're going to talk about solving two-step equations. So in 8.1, we were solving equations where they only had one step. We either added, subtracted, multiplied, or divided, and then that was our answer. So in this section, we're going to start talking about an equation that has more than one step. Most of these will just have your two steps. So if we look at our first one, solve 3a plus 9 equals 33. And then we want to check our solution. Well, we're going to drop our line down just like before. Now you have to be careful what you do first here. You always want to think, kind of work from the outside in. So what is attached to my variable is going to be our last step. So what else is there? Well, I have a plus 9. Opposite of plus 9 will be to subtract 9. Subtract 9 on both sides. That's gone. So that leaves me with 3a equals 33 minus 9 is 24. And now, opposite of multiplication, we're going to divide by 3. Again, on both sides, divide by 3. A equals 24 divided by 3 gives us 8. Now we want to check it. So 3 times 8 plus 9 equals 33. Now you can do this step by step, or you could just stick this whole thing in your calculator. 3 times 8 rather gives us 24 plus 9 equals 33. 24 plus 9 is 33 equals 33. It checks out. We get our smiley face. We just guaranteed that we are correct with our a equals 8. Okay, so again, you're working away from your variable until you get to nothing left but your variable. Okay, so solve 1/5 p, and rewrite it again, minus 12 equals 20. Okay, so what is furthest away from my variable? That would be my subtracting 12. Just like in our last lesson, the opposite of subtraction, we're going to add 12, add 12. Negative 12 plus 12 is 0. So we're left with 1/5 p equals 20 plus 12 gives us 32. Okay, I see I'm multiplying by a fraction. So I'm doing that. Our inverse operation would be to multiply by the reciprocal, which is 5 over 1, or just 5. Okay, so 5 over 1 times 1/5 is 1. So we're left with p equals 32 times 5 is 160. And if you did your substitution to do your double check, you will see that that is correct. So p equals 160. All right, let's take a look at this next one. So solve 2x plus x minus 27 equals 3. So this is the first one where you'll see we have a 2x and we have an x. Now if we think back to the last chapter, we know that those are like terms, so we can combine them. So we have 3x minus 27 equals 3. Okay, so then we drop our line down. Again, work outside in. What's furthest away from our x, from our variable? Minus 27. Opposite, our inverse operation would be to add 27. So 3x, that's 0, equals 30. Again, make sure you're actually doing the stuff that you're writing, not just writing it. Opposite of multiplication would be to divide. Again, both sides. X equals 10. And since we started with more than one variable here, I'm going to show you your check. If x equals 10, that means that every x that I saw at the beginning, we're going to replace with a 10. So 2 times 10 plus 10 minus 27 equals 3. Or order of operations, so 20 plus 10 minus 27 equals 3. 30 minus 27 equals 3. And again, you could just put this in your calculator. So 3 equals 3. True statement, so we're correct. Okay, let's look at a word problem. Dion wants to go on a camping trip with his hiking club. The trip costs $185.75. He paid a deposit of $45.75 and will save an additional $17.50 per week to pay for the trip. Okay, so $17.50 per week. That tells us to multiply. He already paid this. We're going to use addition for that. And if the trick costs $185, there's our equal, which gives us the equation 45.75 plus 1750W equals 185.75. So, you don't have to squeeze that into the box, we're going to rewrite it down here. So 45.75 plus 1750W equals 185.75. Okay, again, we're going to drop our line down and start what's furthest away from our W. We see a positive 45.75. Now, I know you don't see a plus here, but it's positive, so the opposite of that would be a negative. Our inverse operation then would be to subtract 45.75 from both sides. 45.75 minus 45.75 is 0. Left with 1750W equals, we do our subtraction over here, we get 140. Again, we're multiplying. Inverse of multiplication would be division. So divide both sides by 1750. Left with W equals, we do this division in 8. We're talking about a word problem, so we go back, find the number of weeks. So 8 weeks. Again, you can substitute this in to check. You guys should always check your answers, even if it's just putting it into the calculator to see if you're right. Or when you take a test or quiz in this chapter, you should always know if your answer is correct before you turn it in. Okay, now this page here, this was actually back from chapter 4, but we had not talked about solving equations yet, so we moved it to this chapter. So talking about solving equations with our exponents. So we have a squared equals 38. Well, the opposite, our inverse of a square, would be a square root. So we're going to square root both sides. So a equals, and 38 is not a perfect square, so if you put that in your calculator, 6.164, keeps going, but we look at our directions. This is to round to the nearest tenth. So right there, look at our 6. A equals 6.2. Your 6 rounds your 1 up. So A equals 6.2. Now, if you checked this one, so we did 6.2 squared, you're not going to get exactly 38 because we're rounding in this case. Be careful with that if you're doing your check. Alright, moving on to B. A cubed equals 125. Now, it's not a square root this time, because we're talking about a cube here. So we want to take our cubed root, or our cubic root, and think about what times itself 3 times would give us 125. Well, if you know off the top of your head, 5 times 5 is 25, 25 times 5 is 125, so the answer is 5. If you did not know that, put a little star here. On your calculator, you would hit math, and then the fourth one down, so math, then 4, gives you your cubic root. So the square root with the 3. Alright, take a look at 4a. 363 equals 3 times d squared. This is going to be a 2-step equation this time. So go ahead and drop your line. I can't take care of this square until I take care of this 3. They're being multiplied, so we want to go ahead and divide each side by 3. 363 divided by 3 is 121. 3 divided by 3 is 1, so we're left with d squared. And just like part A up here, the opposite inverse operation of squaring is our square root. And hopefully you guys know the square root of 121 is 11. Again, you could substitute this back in. Show you how that works. 363 equals 3 times 11 squared. Follow your order of operations. We square first. Exponents come before multiplication. So 3 times 121. And 363. 3 times 121 is, in fact, 363. So it checked out. Now, since you have a little space at the bottom, you should go ahead and add this in. Oops. When you are solving or when you are simplifying rather. So to simplify, we followed our order of operation. So our PEMDAS, so parentheses, exponents, multiply, divide, then add, subtract. When you are solving, if you're stuck on what step to start with, you actually go backwards from your simplify. So you would take care of your add and subtracting first, then your multiply, divide, then your exponents, then your parentheses. So it's the opposite of your order of operations, yes. Okay, so keep that in your notes for your reference. Okay, that is the end of section 2.